Greetings to everyone on the second part of the video. Jimmy is with you, and I am very grateful for your support. I will not detain you. Let's get started. The first story in the second part, from the user Super Bowl, throwaway let's listen. A couple days ago, I won a trivia contest that gave me an all-expense paid trip for two to the Super Bowl. As you could imagine, I was so excited. But it's gotten to the point where I wish there was a way I could sell the package and forget about it. My brother and I were together and decided to try for tickets from this local contest. I was the official contestant, but I actually ended up getting the answer I needed from my brother. From that point, I never even thought about who to take. Since it was something we both did, and he ended up actually giving me the answer, of course he was gonna go. I excitedly told my girlfriend, who didn't even know I was trying, that I won tickets, and I was going with my brother. She then got very upset that I am not taking her. For the record, she is a football fan, so it's clear she would love to go. But my brother gave me the answer, how could he not go? My brother said he would understand if I take her and sees the problem that this is causing for me, and offered his ticket to her. I didn't even tell her that he made this offer, because I don't think that's the point. I think she's being selfish and putting a damper on the entire experience. I told her all this, but she is not backing down and said that if you win a trip for two, it should automatically go to your significant other. Maybe that's true if it were on romantic getaway or cruise, but this is something my brother and I did together, and he's the reason I won. I think she is being selfish, and she thinks I am being inconsiderate of her. I don't know who is right or what to do. I wish I never won these tickets, because no matter what happens, the entire experience has been marred. I thought of giving the tickets to my brother and his wife and just forgetting about the whole thing. But because I won the tickets under my name, it has to be me. How should I handle this? Author update this story. Thanks everyone for the advice. It was very helpful. This was a very stressful and long few days. I'm just glad there seems to be a resolution. I had tried talking to my girlfriend and she was still clearly upset. I approached the conversation as many people said, keeping an understanding that she was more disappointed than controlling and would come around. Unfortunately, she was being unreasonable. She said, I could go, but that doing so would hurt her a great deal and that she would need some time to reevaluate things. I should have just ended things with her there, but I was so sick of these tickets by this point that I didn't even have the heart to go, even if I did decide to end things with her. As suggested by some of the comments here, I called up the radio station and asked if it was at all possible to transfer the tickets to my brother so he could go with his wife. They were totally understanding and awesome about it and said they were sorry I couldn't go, but they were glad to put the tickets in my brother's name for me. I was just glad to have it behind me at that point. I told my girlfriend what I did and that I was staying here, and she said that I was being dramatic and immature. She said that I transferred the tickets to my brother just so I could win the argument and look like a martyr. It was at this point I reached my breaking point. I calmly told her this relationship was over. I wasn't even mad at this point, just confused that a person I thought I knew could act this way. She said she was going to break up with me because of the way I handled this anyway, so breaking up with her didn't matter. My brother immediately told me I dodged a bullet and glad that she was out of everyone's lives. My brother's wife was totally cool about me using her ticket and didn't even question it, even after I'm technically taking back my gift to her. They insisted that I go with my brother, and it was their idea. So now I'm the guest of my original tickets that I won. Happy to say I arrived in SF a few days ago and am having the time of my life. My girlfriend didn't unfollow me on social media, and I'm posting as many pictures as I possibly can. Thanks everyone. What I think about this story: people like Oops Girlfriend confuse me because yeah, I might not be going to the Super Bowl, but you know what I am getting? A weekend of the whole house to myself and to get to see my partner happy. Like, some people can't enjoy the simple things. User commented this story: entitlement comes in many forms. A prize is a prize and is awarded to the person who won it. What they do with it from there, including who they share it with, is up to them. The girlfriend was no more entitled to those tickets than she would be to $500K if he won $1 million. If he wants to share the tickets or money with her, great. If he has someone else he feels is more deserving, then oh well. It's not like she lost something she had, just missing out on something that she never expected to get anyway. The second story from the user, Orange Cup Let's Listen. I, 36 female, and my BF, 42 male, have been together for 7 years. We have both been married and divorced before, and like to be financially independent of each other and keep things pretty separate. What's mine is mine, and what's his is his. I am CF, have worked my up in my field, and am comfortable. My BF doesn't earn what I do. He pays a lot of child support to, and contributes, as he should, to all of his 5 kids' after-school activities. So, our deal between us is, I pay all of our household bills or loans or food, and he looks after his kids and contributes what he can to our household. 5 years ago, I brought a home for us, and I even went as far as buying a home that would suit his kids, so they would feel comfortable when they came and stayed with us. This caused a lot of drama. His ex felt that I was trying to buy the children. And in her words, she only got the house to rub in how much better she thinks she is. I have always kept my distance from his ex. It was a messy divorce for them, which she blamed on me, even though I didn't met my partner until they'd been separated for nearly a year. She has a history of DV to him, and my presence makes it worse. 18 months ago, I got a great job opportunity, which would mean we would need to relocate 12 hours away from our current home. After discussions between BF and I and my BF and his ex, we agreed that we would make the move for my job and would rent my house to his ex for an incredible discounted rate, with the agreement that this would be for 2 years. Recently, my work circumstances have changed, and we have relocated back to our hometown again. My BF and I have found a small rental in the meantime, but since coming home, his ex has become more aggressive, particularly with me. She has told my partner the children have always hated me, and were only nice because of him, but don't ever want to see me again. She has accused me of trying to buy the kids' love, making her look a bad mother, and for basically being the root of all evil, which is whatever to me. I do love the kids in my own way, but would hate to make them choose or feel uncomfortable by being around me. So we are making sure that my BF spends as much time as possible with kids and attends any sports or school events without me. And when I go away from work, they come to our house. I've suggested therapy or counseling, but the ex won't hear it, making it sound like I'm calling her bad mother for suggesting it. The 2 years is ending, and I want my house back. Basically, the ex is saying if I'm rich enough to pay for a rental and pay a mortgage, now I should let her and the kids stay in the house? And since the kids now hate me, it would be a waste of space for just my BF and I. And this situation is also leading to kids telling my partner that they hate me even more for kicking them and their mother out of their home. My BF is very torn. He just wants his kids safe and happy. Author update this story. I've had some messages for an update on my original post, so if you're interested in the backstory, check out my profile. But ultimately, I wasn't the AH, I was the moron. After reading a lot of comments on my original post, I decided that while yes, I wanted my house back, I also didn't really love the idea of living in the house the nasty women had lived in for longer. Then it didn't feel like my home anymore, and I really wanted my home to feel like my home. So I decided to sell. I spoke with my BF, and he was really non-committal on the situation, but said it was my decision. I gave the ex the option to stay in the home, and I would sell it as an investment property with a tenant, or she could move out. She went with going absolutely batshit crazy and decided to out hers and my BF's reignited emotional love affair. As it turns out, since my BF and I have returned to our hometown and I still have to leave town frequently for work, they had gotten close again. The ex sent me a arseload of screenshots of steamy messages or pictures and long-winded messages whinging about me, and that maybe I would just let them have the house if my BF and I separated, since I wouldn't need all that space. I obviously confronted my BF and he looked incredibly panicked but admitted to all and said that it was more of an emotional relationship and it had not turned physical, and he was very, very sorry and embarrassed and was only leaning on her for comfort because I was away a lot. He also missed his kids and he felt emasculated by me a lot of time. There are plenty of other reasons and excuses not even worth mentioning. Needless to say, I am now single, have kicked him and her out, and placed the house on the market for sale and have just put an offer on a cute little townhouse on the beach. I've downloaded Tinder tonight after a few wines and thought it was a good time to let Reddit know that most of you were right on my original post. Life isn't great, but I'm sure it'll be again one day. What I think about this story: when a guy feels emasculated over decisions he made and situations he agreed to, it never ends well. His ex may be a true piece of work, but guys who can't handle living with their own decisions are the worst. He was truly the issue all along. He was the one allowing all this. The ex unknowingly did you the best favor ever. You got rid of a little boy pretending to be a man. I just feel sorry for the kids. They have a psycho and a wimp for parents who also have no morals. What a shame. Keep your head up and go live your best life. All you did here was do everything right. You just need to find someone to love you for it instead of resent you for being better than them. Let's check the user comment. Wow, they had it absolutely made and they screwed it up. Your ex only had to worry about taking care of his kids and helping you how he could. He didn't have to pay household bills. His ex had a house. A great house that could fit 7 people from the sound of it. You were even willing to work it so they could stay. I'm so glad they gave themselves away, that you can be free of these conniving people. The kids probably never hated you. It was just a way for them not to spill the beans about their parents getting back together. Good luck to you. Only better things to come. Third story from the user, Pasankikosis. Let's listen. I've 29 female, always been good with numbers and responsible. It was more noticeable in school because no one gave a whatever. But given that I have CP, cerebral palsy, and walk with crutches plus being a nerd, you can imagine I was an extremely easy target for bullying. One year they mixed us, so I had new classmates. The bullying was worse, but then one of the popular guys would defend me. At first I was confused, but when I saw that he would leave me his notebooks, I understood. And so began our symbiotic relationship. The bullying stopped, and I would make his homework every day. We never talked about it, and whenever he spoke to me, he sounded angry. It was like that for almost 3 years, and his grades went up. I was just grateful I could be at peace in school. We graduated and never spoke again, nor did I see him again. But then a week ago, he reached out on Instagram. He told me how good life had been for him. He offered to buy me a house and a car. At first I thought it was a scam, but we made video calls, he showed me things, and it's legit. Long story short, he is a successful businessman, worth millions living abroad. He said he always remembered me because I helped him get where he is now. He said he wanted to repay me because he knew how hard it is to be disabled, and a woman in my country specifically. He's not wrong, but I'm actually doing okay RN, so I declined all his offers. But then I received a call from a medical center, the most expensive where I live, mind you, saying I had 3 years of physical therapy paid for. How he knew I did physical therapy, I don't know. I still thought it was a joke. So I went there and it was true. I already did my first 2 sessions and my body feels so much better. I'm still? Because I saw our relationship as purely transactional, and now he comes and says he owes me? I'm so confused. Author update this story. Given all the support and kindness I received on the other post, I'd like to let you guys know the resolution. We did another video call where I explained to him why I was hesitant to accept and told him all my doubts and fears about the whole ordeal. I was completely honest, which surprised me, to be honest. He also opened up to me and told me some sensitive stuff, which I would have never imagined. At the end, we agreed that he would finish paying the car I had just started paying through a credit. And also, we found a little nice apartment in a good zone where I could be more comfortable. I have my own lawyer doing all the paperwork. Thanks all kind people for the suggestion. I tried to express all my gratitude, and I hope he really understood how big this was for me. Also, I got to thank him for protecting me in school, and tried to make him see how big of an impact it had on my life. I feel like this closed a chapter in my life, and I think it's the same for him. I don't think we'll ever talk again, nor do I think we are friends. He truly lives in another world, and our realities are not compatible. He did say, though, if I ever go to his country, not the US, LOL, I should call him to meet. I don't know if I would. At the end, I'm just happy to see him so accomplished after all that happened in high school. And I'm happy I could express all my feelings and thoughts. Thank you for all your supportive words. They meant a lot to me and helped me make a decision. What I think about this story, that's so sweet and heartwarming. I'm so happy for both of you. It's incredible to see how the mutual support and help you gave each other long ago impacted positively both of your lives. I wish all the success for you guys. This is truly amazing. Thank you to everyone who was with us today. I will come back to you tomorrow with new stories. Thank you for your support. I love you all. Bye-bye.